then for game number 2, we're probably gonna be there. Alright. For game number 1, they are playing on Arabia. This is very similar to what we saw last weekend as well for the round of 8. This is going to be the first map. We're gonna switch the color of dark over to blue so that we have blue and red. And yeah, just 2x, try and catch up a little bit. And we're gonna be fine for game number 2. Hey RBase, hi. For civilizations, for game number 1, we have Tatters for ACCM, Dark Scat Franks. I'm taking a look at the civilization draft that they have done for the series. And yeah, there is a bunch of civs over here. So we're gonna go through that in between games. 8 civ per players, of course, with this best of 7. But yeah, we might start getting some action already as some scouts are coming in from ACCM. He's got Spearmen coming forward as well. Both players have been going for scouts. Both players have been going for stables. And now we see an archer range from Dark. And we know that Genji's been on an archer range himself as well, because he's started adding some archers himself as well. So it's gonna be basically the same army composition for both. What is it with the overlay? Oh, right. This. True. This is because, yeah. This is because yesterday we had Dark, and you know, Capture Age takes this as a continuation of the series with a different player or something. But there we go. It should be fixed now. Hey, Red Cliffy. Alright, thank you for the heads up. Should be fixed. And yeah, the army composition is going to be fairly pricey for both players. Dark is able to click up to the castle age a little bit sooner though, and I imagine this is probably going to be because of the faster working foragers perhaps. If I take a look at ACCM, he still has more than 1 berry bush, so that's probably about it. And now castle age is on the way for ACCM, but significantly later compared to Dark. Oh, yeah, and the score. Oh, boy. Let's fix this. Oh, God. Okay, got it. So this is what they were talking about when somebody made a post on Capture Age's Discord. I was checking while the countdown was going down, and somebody was asking about it. But yeah. Castle is here now for ACCM as well. Perfect. Now the game is gonna start getting a little bit more hectic. Well, not necessarily. There's a second and the third TC on the way for Dark. The second TC is already up down the south, and then up in the north he's going for the third TC. Meanwhile, ACCM, he's got some crosses over here. Probably wouldn't be able to do too much with the knights over here alongside the skirmishers. But then back home, he's got a second TC himself, and he's going for the third TC. So both players will be going for economy. The thing is, ACCM can actually make a play for archers. So, yeah, and he's going for cavalry archers right now. So he can make a play for range units, and it's not really going to affect his economy too much. Meanwhile, there is no way in hell the Dark's gonna be able to go for double stable knight production while still going for triple TC villager production. So he's just going for elite skirmishes, blocking arrow, and he's gonna play for economy and defensively. Meanwhile, ACCM, two stables for ACCM. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. Maybe he thought about the idea of going for camels. Maybe he thought of the idea of going for full scouts in the village, which would have been really hard to make work against Frank, so not 100% sure, but in the end he doesn't really make use of it. At the very least, not yet. He could still add a few camels into the mix, and then camels and cavalry archers could be really strong, but it's not the case right now. Turbo Age of Empires? This is actually faster than Arena. What am I talking about? What Arena? This is faster than Deathmatch even. Oh, Siege Workshop from ACCM. I like this. Crossbows? Okay, I think we can go 1x now. We probably caught up for a good chunk of time. Just gonna be behind by 4 minutes or so to game number 2. If you take the amount of time it takes for the players to set up the lobby, we're probably gonna be there live. Anyway, good pressure. I think if he moves the Magno further down, should be able to take advantage of the hill over here, given the fact that he's playing Tatters. I'm actually not really sure if he's taking advantage of the hill or not. But to be sure, I'll probably move the Magno just a few extra tiles towards the southeast. Yeah, there we go. Now he's taking advantage of the hill advantage. With Tatters, you definitely want to try and capitalize on the elevations of the map. So this TC is in a world of trouble. Are all these sets played live? I hope not, because the NCTO starts at 1 AM. Maybe not. I wouldn't be surprised if that one perhaps got played and then we just play back the recorded games. But I'll take a look at the Discord server to see if there is any information in that regard. Nope. Second Magno, third Magno on the way as well for ACCM. Here come the Knights from Dark. He should be able to get both of these Magnos. If he realizes about the third one, he's going after the third one. ACCM was trying to make a play for a forward castle. Good thing that he brought the villagers over, because now he'll be able to keep the Magno alive, which means those skirmishers are getting zoned out. And without the skirmishers over here to defend against the cavalry archers, well, the castle's coming up for sure. Meanwhile, Dark's trying to go for a counter castle once again. Is this going to be the third castle attempt from Dark? 2 days in a row that he struggles with? Yeah, I think so. Check this out. Oh boy. This is not going to get denied, mind you. The skirmishers over here. Well, the skirmishers are actually being targeted by knights. But this is getting delayed for sure. And might actually end up getting delayed or denied fully. If he can keep the cavalry archers over here attacking the villagers, it's going to take a lot of these down, and it's going to be too risky for Dark to try and just force the castle up. He's going to try. He's going to try, but a lot of these villagers are going down. The castle's going up to 84%, 89, 85% almost. And yeah, it's true that the ACCM does not have ballistics, which would benefit him greatly, for sure. The thing is, because the villagers over here are going to be static trying to get the castle up for the most part, any villager that's actually trying to build a castle is going to go down. So in this situation, it doesn't really hurt him so much. But it's definitely something he wants to go for. So let me take a look to see if he's got even a university on the way. He's got the university up already. He's just not gone for the upgrade. Beautiful. If he ends up taking the TC down, which with 2 Magnos should be able to, then there is no way this castle's ever coming up. So Dark's going back to stone, and here come the villagers. And here come the skirmishers as well. I don't think the skirmishers are going to do anything on time over here. Plus with the Magnos over here, those villagers are going down to the Magnos, if not to the cavalry archers, so it's not possible for Dark to get the castle up. He's been waiting on the castle to click up to the Imperial Age. And since he cannot do it, he calls a GG. You take a look at the resources. He was 600 food ahead of what he needed. He was 600 gold ahead of what he needed to go up to the Imperial Age. And he was just waiting for the freaking castle, and it just wouldn't come up. ACCM 1. Dark Neil. Basically, that was the full day. Waking up, streaming. Having my breakfast, having dinner. Half an hour apart. Practicing guitar and then going to bed. Just to try to get to sleep. Because it was already time for me to get to bed if I wanted to wake up on time today, right? So that didn't really leave me with enough time to study or even work besides the stream. So I couldn't really highlight the VODs, if you have noticed. But I'm going to do it after today. If not after today, depending on how long the stream today is, I might be doing it tomorrow instead. Couple of days playing baseball now, and I stayed up too late yesterday to watch the qualifiers. Yeah. RIP. I did it like 20 times, but he always died, so I'm now taking a break, refreshing my brain, having a look later. I see, Baila. It happens. Because no Triceratops gonna die on my watch. Again? Let's see. ACCM's playing with Berbers. Dark's playing with Hindustanis. And what do we get then? For these guys, we're gonna switch the colors once again. We're gonna have Dark and Blue. But yeah, what do we get for these civilizations? Well, Berbers will have a very nice power spike as soon as they get to the Castle Age, with a discount on stable unit production. And the faster moving villagers are going to be nice. He sent a villager up in the north to start collecting fish from the left-hand side pond. And Dark, on the other hand, playing with Hindustanis, will not have the cheaper stable units, but he will get cheaper villagers, which will also help in military production a little bit. You'll be able to go for both, while also getting faster attacking camels, so that could be good for him. But he's gonna have to pay full price for the camels, assuming that he does get the same amount of camels out. They are going to be significantly stronger, attacking 25% faster versus the 15% discount that ACCM will get. So yeah, I am liking Hindustanis over here a little bit better. We'll see how it goes. Plus, Hindustanis also get pretty strong camels that also deal bonus damage against buildings. So unlike other civilization, Hindustanis are a civilization that can actually get away with going for camels in order to go forward and put pressure with, not necessarily just playing defensive. So it's good, and I think I'm liking Dark Civilization over here a little bit better. We'll see what we get. I haven't checked Age of Empires in ages, but are most people still playing AoE 4, or did everyone go back to AoE 2? I don't think most people were playing AoE 4 ever. Maybe just immediately on launch, because it was actually not even on launch. I think maybe more people were playing Age of Empires 4 when it was free to play, like a week or 2 weeks before launch. But Age of Empires 2 is still by far the most popular title. Age of Empires 4 is still very alive, but you know, the majority of the players are on Age of Empires 2. Yeah, I don't think anybody left Age of Empires 2 for good to pursue Age of Empires 4. Well, some people made attempts. Vivi tried to make a switch to Age of Empires 4 full time, but then he went back to Age of Empires 2 because I believe his stream was not doing quite as well. That was the case for Neely, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And maybe for some other people as well, but I don't remember everyone. Oh, nice dog from Dark, though. Cash with it. Is it still just playing Age of Empires 4? Or playing mainly Age of Empires 4? Maybe it was a sponsorship? No, it's normal that players want to check Age of Empires 4. It was the new thing. It was going to be good for their streams, for those who streamed, and for those who didn't. You want to test the waters, right? Because if Age of Empires 4 blew up, you would want to be in good shape with it. So it makes sense that players went for it. But most Age of Empires 2 high-level players who tried Age of Empires 4 went back already. Does anybody know if the Viper, for instance, is going to try for Age of Empires 4 for the Wololo qualifiers? I'm not really sure if he even has to qualify because he had already won some S-tier tournaments in Age of Empires 4. Or gotten very far. So maybe he was invited? I'm not 100% sure. He said he's winging it and focusing on AU2? Yeah, makes sense. Has already qualified for AE4. Alright, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I don't think he'll do too well if he doesn't prepare, so it makes sense that he focuses on one only. And Age of Empires 2 is the one where he probably stands the most chances, I would say. He will go in with 0 practice. Yeah, that's not gonna be good. The new civilizations will be there already. Castle Age here already for ACCM. Dark's getting to the Castle Age. War Wagon? I mean, War Galley? Coming up for ACCM already. He'll try to defend over here. He's got a Fire Galley coming up, but Dark's already looking a little bit stronger. However, without the War Galley upgrade coming up for ACCM, for Dark actually, ACCM might be able to end up pushing him away from the left-hand side one. But then on the right-hand side, Dark's already gotten control of this water, so yeah, it's actually looking pretty strong on both ponds. ACCM keeps on going for more Fire Galleys, so he's gonna at the very least try to keep on contesting the left-hand side. I'm not really sure what on the right-hand side. Yeah, he's not really going for anything, so that's interesting. Dark's going to have control of one body of water for sure, and then the left-hand side is going to be contested still for the time being. Fair enough, so A2 is still the king? Yeah, for the time being. Age of Empires 4 has gone up in popularity in the last couple of days because it's free to play right now. I am hoping that it's going to stay very popular because I don't think it's going to affect Age of Empires 2, and I would definitely like for the Age of Empires franchise to grow in general. Like, if a lot of the people who came into the Age of Empires franchise from other games, they are probably going to be more attracted to the 3D game. And Age of Empires 4 is in a much better position right now compared to what it was on launch. Balance is much better. It's a lot less buggy. It's much more configurable. It's got mod support. And an editor. It's got an engine editor that's much more powerful compared to what Age of Empires 2's got built into the game, right? So the editor that we see from Age of Empires 4 is kind of comparable, I guess, to the Genie editor, probably. And then some, because you can also use it to make maps and stuff. Kind of a bad situation for A4, where there is a player that hasn't played the game for months in a LAN because of doing well in a tournament almost a year ago. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it can happen. They're either my favorite AoE2 arena save and my all-around favorite AoE2 save to AoE4. Almost makes me want to buy the game. Well, you don't need to buy it. Have you tried it, Bailo? It's free. Through the 29th, so until tomorrow it's free. And you can try it using Game Pass. I honestly like Age of Empires 4 a lot. I think it's a very fun game to play. I'm just sticking to Age of Empires 2 because it doesn't really make sense for me to... I cannot really justify the time investment to get into AoE4. There you are. This is very interesting that the ACCM is so passive over here. Dark's going to have no issues defending. For the time being, anyway. Although the military count significantly higher for ACCM. Dark's not even being able to get too far ahead in economy, despite the fact that he's got 2 additional TCs. He ended up losing water. This is really good for ACCM, right? So he can go for efficiencies over here. He's got the second TC coming up as well. Yeah, but Dark on the other hand, he's been struggling. I haven't. I could get it for 3 months for €1 through Game Pass. Just don't have the time. Yeah, I know, it feels bad. I tried to do both Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4 when Age of Empires 4 came out. I do have on my YouTube channel a bunch of casts from the earlier tournaments. I actually went on to memorize all the bonuses for Age of Empires 4 Civilizations, the same that I had done for Age of Empires 2. And yeah, it didn't really pan out. It was not really sustainable for me to keep on doing both. Hey, Gamer Nexor. Hi. Yeah, the villager's getting pushed away. Probably not going down, yeah. Chain Bard and Armor is coming in for Dark. We don't have Chain Bard and Armor for ACCM. The camels versus camels. Not really sure how much of a difference that's going to make. Don't think so. There we go. Yeah. I get you, Bailey. TC on the way for Dark. ACCM's pressure has been pretty slow over here. The push has been pretty slow. The pressure has not really been the greatest. Here comes Dark. He's been going for camels. He's got 19 camels compared to the 17 cavalry units ACCM's got. Composed of 10 camels and 7 knights. Yeah, and if the time comes for them to take an engagement, I am pretty sure the Dark is coming out on top. Well, the monks over here are starting to get a niche, starting to become an issue, sorry, for ACCM. Or for Dark, rather. The monks from ACCM are starting to become an issue. Because if we do end up connecting 7 conversions over here, 26 camels, soon to be 27 camels from Dark go down to 20. And ACCM 17 cavalry units go up to 24, right? And that'll be 17 camels and 7 knights, plus all the crosses he's got, are going to be pretty good against the remaining camels from Dark. So until Dark gets something that he is able to take care of these monks with, or yeah, gets enough units so that the conversions are not going to matter, then he won't really be able to take an engagement. So ACCM's put himself in a very good spot. He's got a 4TC coming up himself back home, and he's gotten a castle up on the hill at the center in front as well, so you could potentially bring villagers over and start collecting food over here for free. So let's take a look. The castle from Dark is getting the knight again. Ah, Dark. Man. He's gonna try. He's gonna try to go for it right away. He's gonna try and flank the monks over there, but ACCM is pretty aware. There we go. Skirmishers are coming over, trying to get on the crosses over there. Cannot really do too much because of the mana. He'll still have 3 manas over here while he's trying to deny the castle over here. He can make use of some of the manas over there, but it doesn't seem like he's going to do it. So Dark is getting a better engagement over here in the end. I think he might actually still have a few extra camels over there. That's not the case, actually. At the very least, the HP pool is favoring ACCM quite a bit. So it seems like ACCM is coming out on top over there, and the engagement was really close. But in the end, ACCM ends up getting the better trade ultimately. The conversions did come in clutch, and now there's another castle coming up for ACCM that's going to, at this point, completely deny this castle from Dark. And given the amount of military units left for both players, ACCM is looking so much stronger compared to the blue player. And this is going down, cannot shelter villagers. He cannot try and commit to the castle. The castle was built 65%, so he can delete this and still get some stone back. He's trying to go for another castle, but what is it with Dark trying to go for castles in front of military? He's trying. This is the third castle that we see him try to go for today, when there's actual army from the other player on the castle location. What is that? No more Doubt castles, now Dark castles. Yeah, well, Doubt castle originally at the very least came up. Dark castles are not coming up. From the ones that we saw yesterday and today, I don't think a single one of those came up, did they? Yeah, this is actually worse than a Doubt castle. Oh boy. I'm not really sure why. I don't remember Dark doing this in the past. Is it because it's a tournament game? Maybe his decision making changes a little bit, tries to take more risks. Well, ACCM is gonna take it. Game number 2 is looking extremely good for the Vietnamese player. We see the Imperial Age on the way for ACCM. Dark, on the other hand, not even close. And this castle, even if it came up, is not going to do anything. Once ACCM hits the Imperial Age, and I mean, take a look at all those units going down. Once ACCM gets to the Imperial Age, he can start pumping trebuchets right away and going after the castle. So it's not like getting the castle up over here is going to save Dark or anything. Plus, it's only defending farms, and then the rest of his economy is completely exposed. He's got just DCs over there, so if ACCM starts sending units, final units straight to Dark's economy, there's nothing that this castle will do. The OG Dark Castle was against VNS too, I think, so Dark gets that up. We're close to a replica. Yeah. Kill a replica. Doesn't seem like it's going to hand out though. Does end up cleaning up ACCM's units for the most part, so he could try and get the castle up still. But given this is just 20% build, he could just delete this one, and I would prefer for him to try and go for 2 castles, and that would actually protect his economy. So one on the left hand side and one over here in the middle. He's going for one on the left. Try and secure the neutral stone, the neutral goal rather. But ACCM's 25 seconds away from the Imperial Age, which means a lot of pain for Dark. To be fair, this is another castle that he tried to build where there were military units from ACCM, just that it's not possible for ACCM to deny it with galleys. Or fire ships in this case. With navy units. And yeah, Imperial Age is here for ACCM, so what do we get? Bracer. He's got camel archers. No standard cavalry, so he's not taking advantage of the 20% discount. He's going for heavy camel though, so he's thinking of making a play for camels once again. Chemistry's coming up too. And Dark calls GG. It was fairly uneventful before Dark called a GG, but he knows. He knows he's on the back foot by quite a bit. So 2-0 in favor of ACCM. Let's take a look at the achievements. What do we get? Much better position for ACCM in terms of military. He was ahead. And basically the whole time, there was only a very small time, or a very small moment where Dark managed to get ahead in military count, but he couldn't ever take the engagement against ACCM because of ACCM's army composition. Stronger economy for ACCM? Kind of. Actually, Dark was looking a little bit stronger in terms of resources collected a little bit earlier before the game ended, but because of the atrocious engagement that he took over here, which left ACCM on 3 times the military count, 4 times actually the military count compared to Dark. Dark had to spend a lot of those extra resources just trying to catch up. So no wonder those 32 or so extra units Dark had to go for in order to even catch up to ACCM's remaining economy, or military rather, allowed ACCM to use those equal resources to go up to the Imperial Age instead. So well played. Vikings are the most popular for sure, but Bohemians aren't in the top 5. So let's switch once again Dark over to the blue color and welcome everyone to game number 3. This could be the next Still Has game if, you know, it gets played similarly to games number 1 and 2. ACCM's just been performing really, really well. And you can also do exclamation mark schedule to see what the remaining series will be after this one. So we have 3 more series after this one. I need to actually remember which one follows this, so that'd be kind of useful. So demolition rafts coming now. Dark's going for standard galleys, and here comes the demo shot. Good reaction. In the end, only 1 fishing ship gets taken down over there. It's still gonna be all right, I guess. Fire galley coming out now for ACCM as well, and well, Dark should be in a little bit of a better position over here. Well, Vikings is going to get a discount on navy units, 15% cheaper in the fuel age already. He's gonna have on top of that free will barrel as well, so his economy is gonna be a little bit stronger. And even though he does not really get access to the fire line units, if he gets enough standard galleys out, he should be able to take care of fire galleys no problem. The thing is, he's just gotta wait until he gets enough. He's going back towards the tower, which certainly helps. Yeah, see tower. Does this tower have any bonus against ship units? Yeah, it's got bonus. 9 bonus damage against ship units. So ACCM versus Dark. Sebastian versus... Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Sebastian versus Jordan. I'm very much looking forward to that. And Sebastian, yesterday he swept the Gal. So seems to be in pretty decent shape, and that was a good demo shot from ACCM. Back home, the red player has already walled up towards the edge of the map as well, so he'll be completely safe. And if he ends up taking on Dark's water presence over here, he might end up getting a much stronger economy with with the fish and ships, right? He's gotten 2 down from Dark so far, but Dark's the only player left with Navy units. He's going to bail from here, once again because of the sea tower. And that's... Well, ACCM was going for a fire galley, and he just decided against it. Just gonna try and use the sea tower to defend himself, and that's about it. So he's going up to the castle age. Nice. Vision ships are going down now. But he's already managed to click up to the castle age faster, which is pretty valuable for ACCM. Given the civilization he's facing right now, you're not necessarily expecting that to be the case. But yeah, Dark's gonna click up to the castle age a little bit later. In the end, it's gonna be a minute of a head start, a little bit more right now for ACCM. A minute and... what is that, 20 seconds? Close to it. 15 seconds. A minute and 15 seconds of a head start for ACCM. And once he gets there, he's just going to add extra TCs. His economy is for eco growth, so we're going to see an extra TC come up. Well, I would probably like to see it next to this goal, so he can secure it, and he doesn't really have to rely just on this goal, and this could potentially get denied eventually. I'll probably like for him to try and secure this one, and then the 30C could come up right next to the stone, for instance. He's giving up water, but I don't know how he'll put pressure in Castle Age. I think he's just gonna try to play for the Imperial Age. Vikings are not the best scaling civilization for later stages of the game, while Bohemians are a very strong late game civilization. So if he can get to the Imperial Age on a stronger economy earlier and he can take it from there, I think he's going to stand much better chances. Well, Dark's going to have the Castle Age, early Imperial Age perhaps, to go and put some pressure. But I'm not really sure if he's gonna do that. His economy also seems to be set up to go for extra TCs. And he's not really been going for any extra fish and ships, so... Which makes sense, by the way. Most of the food available on the water over here is just shorefish. So, there isn't a strong incentive for players to try and get water economy. And if he just goes for the second and third TC, he'll just fall behind in the economy, at the very least. He won't be able to pull ahead too much. I guess ACCM still needs to go for wheelbarrow and handcart, mind you. So we can say there's a technical villager lead for Dark. But yeah, it seems to be the same approach from both players. Time for X speed. Yeah. Probably should have gone 1 X speed for game number 1 and then just wait for a situation like this. What you gonna do? We can talk though. We can have a just chatting segment over here for a little while. Oh, you know what? I can try something. I probably should have tried this yesterday, but Lumi, aka Legion of the Loom, he told me that you can add custom tags now to your stream. So let me check. I used to have a competitive commentary or match commentary tag before, and it is not here anymore. So I'm just going to add commentary while we wait for the scout to breach through the house. I'm just going to start adding random tags over here. Does anybody think of any tags to add? So right now I have English commentary. Tournament. Yeah, let's add tournament. Let's add retro. RTS. What else? I have space for like 25 tags. Oh no, 10 tags actually. Each tag can be 25 characters long and no spaces or special characters. So I still have space for 5 extra tags. Check it out. It's updated now. Nice. Dark's the first player trying to go after one of the neutral golds. Oh, the conversion time for ACCM though. What is that RNG? Jam. Dark's also going to be the first player to go up to the Imperial Age. He's got the resources. He's going for the buildings now in Monastery. We'll see the university coming up in a moment. But yeah, ACCM's going for a castle whale. Given the fact that Dark's on 10 stone miners, this castle's probably not going to stay up for much longer. So Dark's going to be in a much better position once he gets to the Imperial Age. But this is pretty standard. This is what we expect to see from Vikings. We expect them to do pretty well in early Imperial Age, late Castle Age because of the free handcar, free wheelbarrow. So their economy is really strong. However, ACCM civilization, I still think, is going to be pretty strong in later stages once Vikings kind of taper off. So I don't like ACCM's current position. I think Dark should be able to get the castle down over here pretty shortly after he gets to the Imperial Age, as he should have enough resources to go for a castle very soon. And the ACCM is, yeah, not gonna be able to hold on to his pressure up in the north. But once he gets to the Imperial Age, will things change? Do they see each other? Well, now Dark knows about the castle for sure. And now ACCM knows about the TC for sure. So that TC is going down. Has the wagons coming out over here. And ACCM is trying to put a little bit of pressure on the castle age. He's even going for a fire galley, which I am not the biggest fan of. What is he going to do with the one fire galley? Taking the fishing ships? There are longboats already for Dark, so longboats are going to take care of the fires. Yeah. Dark gets pushed away. There are a few ways he can go about this. He can go for the south one, and he's going to add an extra TC over here. And kind of give up on the north one for the time being, but once again, once he gets his own castle up, and he gets to the Imperial Age, he should be able to take the castle down, and that's the only thing that the ACCM's got protecting his position up in the north. So we'll see where Dark goes for the castle. The Dark TC over here is coming up though. There's only 2 Hazard wagons, so it's not going to be enough for ACCM to deny the TC. Yeah, plus longboats, galleys. As the wagons are eventually going down. Do these units have any bonus damage against ships, by the way? They don't. Nope. Oh, nice engagement down. The south. Archers from Dark. A castle attempt from the ACCM. There's only 4 archers over here, but I still think he might be able to deny this castle. Let's see. ACCM got tired of Dark being the only player going for Dark castles, so now he's gonna try one himself. Well, Dark's not really focusing the villagers correctly over here, though. He's chasing a single villager forever, so this castle's coming up like this. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I'm not really sure if he would have been able to fully deny this one, but at the very least he would have been able to delay it quite a bit. And now the castle comes up. I think Dark probably was not paying attention because he was not being targeted by any units from ACCM. He was not being alerted about this situation. The castle's already out for Dark down south, so he can start pumping trebuchets. He's gotten to the Imperial Age already. He doesn't have the resources, but he's gonna have enough in a moment. Never mind. He's going for a siege workshop. Okay. And ACCM's on his way to the Imperial Age now. Interesting. Beautiful. Yeah, the village is getting chased by wagons. That's not something you see every day. Dark's got access to some gold still. And now the trebuchet is finally out. He's got a second trebuchet on the way. Meanwhile, ACCM, he's got some villages over here. He's gonna try to repair the castle even though it's not under fire yet. But he's got how many? 8 villagers? He's got 9 villages over here. Should be able to hold on against one trebuchet fine. And if he's able to get another castle up over here and then go for double trebuchet production once he gets to the Imperial, that'd be even better. He's got certainly the resources to go for it. Yeah, the hostile wagons over here are actually really annoying. Dark's struggling to get rid of these units. You know, for how much faster Dark has gotten to the Imperial, he hasn't really gotten anything to show for it. No trebuchets. I mean, the trebuchet is only now coming out, much later than the time he actually went up. No arbalesters, no berserks, no nothing. Just the trebs now. Yeah, and ACCM is going for bombard cannons already. Yeah, he went for chemistry on his way up, I think. So now he's going for bombard cannons, and that means these trebuchets are most likely going down. This could be really bad for Dark. Yeah, and remember, Bohemians are just going to be so much stronger. So I'm not really sure there's anything that Dark's gonna be able to do over here. No Huskars yet. Huskars? You mean Berserks? Yeah, no Berserks out. And the trebuchets are coming out right now for ACCM. He's got 2 castles over here, could potentially outproduce. What is he doing? He's targeting villagers with the bombard cannon. I'm really sure if he would have been able to save the castle though. There were 3 trebuchets over there. But he was not targeting the correct units. Now he's going after the trebs. Let's see if he's paying attention. He is! The villager over there! Didn't take any damage over there. Good thing for him. I don't think friendly damage or friendly fire is a thing with trebuchets, right? Because that would be really bad for the Veil. Here we go, the villages are going down now. We have hand cannoneer for ACCM. And this is tough. This is tough for Dark. If he starts going for berserks now, he'll get picked up by hand cannoneer. See? Yeah, 3 shots. The berserk's dead. Meanwhile, up in the north, I think the castle over here went down for ACCM, and he's starting to go for another castle to replace that one right away, a little bit further north. Yeah, but Dark seems like he'll end up getting pushed away from both neutral golds. Yeah, as long as ACCM plays his cards right over here, he's got siege down south, he should be able to push Dark away with, and then he's got siege up in the north, he should be able to push Dark away with, and Dark, he's got 10 gold miners. I'm not really sure exactly where they are. He's got some over here, and then I imagine he's got some gold left back home, but once again, there's only 4 tiles available for each player at the beginning of the game, so if you end up getting pushed away from the neutral golds, you are going to struggle much more to keep on going. Actually, I'm not really sure where he's got. He probably has 4 over here somewhere. I don't know, but he doesn't really have any of the starting golds left anymore. Meanwhile, ACCM, on the other hand, he still has 2 over here. Cannot really take advantage of it because of the navy units from Dark, but yeah, he's in a much better position to keep on collecting gold rather from the neutral locations down the south. He's taking the trebuchet down over here, going for an extra TC. He's got the hand cannoneer, so the trebuchet is going down, and very soon the castle's following suit. Meanwhile, up in the north, kind of a similar situation. ACCM's got 2 trebuchets over here, plus bombard cannons. He should be able to take the castle down with as well. So yeah, the first set doesn't really have quite as many viewers today compared to last weekend where we had close to 20,000 viewers, but to be fair, last weekend's first series for the qualifiers was much closer. And much longer as well. I think for game 7 for the first series of last Sunday, we got to like 19 or 20,000 viewers or something. Something along those lines. RBWL coming out for Dark. Well, yeah, I don't know about this. Against a hand cannoneer, yeah, I guess it's going to be alright. But you know, we have bombard cannons over here. He could potentially go, ACCM could potentially go for Hovnitsa, which are going to be so much stronger as well. We could also see more Hansa wagons. Pretty high Pierce armor units. Pretty high HP units. Still a few hours to go for peak hours. Yeah, but you gotta keep in mind as well that last time around, I think it was about this time. No, it was 2 hours from now. Actually, no, wait a moment. It was 4 hours into the stream and it started 9 AM for me, so it was 1. So it was 1 hour from now that we had gotten to 20,000 viewers, and you gotta keep in mind that a lot of those viewers were also Chinese viewers, given many of the YouTube streamers were streaming in Chinese. So while there are a few hours still to go for prime European time, it's going to be past the prime Chinese time, I guess. I'm not really sure what Chinese prime time actually is, given right now it's probably 11 PM. But yeah. But can RBWL not pop efficient at this point? Well, yeah, if we get to 200 population, that's going to be much better for ACCM for sure. Extra castle coming up for ACCM, and he's getting full control of the north. Down the south, he's kind of struggling over here a little bit, but he's going for Hovnitsa now. Yeah, this guy's coming out for sure. Well, I think so. There is a manual here. The man is targeting the skirmishers over the villagers, so... Yeah, the castle's coming up. Yeah, ACCM civilization is simply going to be so much stronger in this situation. This technology, which Wagenberg Tactics is coming up. I was confused the names of other technologies for the civilization. And now Siege Engineer is coming up as well. So there we go. Hovnitsa already finished researching. Castle crumbles and Dark should get pushed completely away from the south. It's got just arbalesters and skirmishers, which Hovnitsa should be able to take care of. Take out, look at that blast radius! Damn. What is it actually? Let's check. 0.8. That is a lot. He's gotta try and repair the Hovnitsa though. No matter how many skirmishers he gets, if he loses one of the Hovnitsa to skirmishers, that's still going to be quite decent for Dark. Yeah, he came in way too late. I'm not really sure why he was waiting so long. He probably was not paying attention over here. Up in the north? Oh, wait a moment though. Nothing up in the north. Down the south, Dark's trying to go for a counter push. This is crazy enough that it might actually work. There are no defenses over here for ACCM. This is kind of similar to what we saw yesterday. And it was the same map. It was a different situation, mind you, because each player had access to one of the golds. But yesterday we saw a similar situation where we would see a very small amount of berserks doing a lot of damage because the other player didn't have any defense. This time around, ACCM is in a much better position compared to yesterday's Viking opponent, though. I think it was Vikings versus Burgundians. Yeah. So this time around, was it Dark versus Genji? I think it might have been Dark versus Genji, but Yeah, this time around, ACCM is in a much better position to defend himself. He managed to get the castle up, and he's going for trebuchets right away. Dark's getting to C-Tram now. Even though he doesn't really have the population space to go for any rams. This is kind of wasted population though. The longboats is not, the longboats are not really going to do much of anything at this stage. Then he's got 10 elite cannon galleon. The elite cannon galleon could have been good, but I don't think they have enough range to target anything at this point. So it's kind of wasted resources again. Or not wasted resources necessarily, but wasted population space. Dark Vikings versus Ganji Burgundians, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I think that was the case, yeah. That was a very interesting game as well. I really thought that Ganji was making a play for Flemish Revolution, and it certainly seemed like it. Kept on going very heavily on villagers, even after getting past 150 villas or so, but he never went for the actual upgrade. Anyway, Dark's getting completely pushed away from the south. This is going to be all ACCM's gold. And then up in the north, I mean, there are some villages over here still, but they are going down to the Huvnitsa, so Dark gets completely pushed away from the north, and that's going to be both these neutral golds favoring ACCM. Well, Dark is trying to get sneaky stables up, and ACCM has spotted him. The castle's gone down in front of ACCM's base as well. There we are. Dark like his resources. Yeah. He's finally getting some C-Tram out now. Don't think it's going to work against the Huvnitsa, mind you. And ACCM is kind of struggling to get the 200 population himself. He's been reacting to Dark's pushes all game long. But now should have a strong enough economy to get the 200 population for sure. He's in 137 villagers. So let's check it out. We see 3 C-Trams moving forward. Will ACCM realize about this? Will he be able to take care of this? He's going after the Rams, and the Rams are not really sending too many chances over here. The Huvnites are getting Rams down, and it's not even close. And that's a cannonball rain over here. Onto the train of pain. As we see extra Rams coming over from Dark, it's probably going to end up in the same situation. It's probably going to result in the same situation. Going down to the Huvnitsa. Here we are. Yeah, and Dark's gonna keep on trying to put more and more pressure. It's got some villagers still left over here. Not only is it stables, but now it's also archer ranges coming out. So it's gonna try and go for arbalisters. It's gotta be skirmishers. He doesn't really have the economy to support any gold unit production. So just going to be skirmishers and light cavalry. And ACCM is actually kind of struggling a little bit against this, but he's still holding on to a stronger population. If he's able to eventually get rid of the stables over here, and then the stables in the archer range down south, then it seems like he's realized about this now at the very least. Yeah, he's gonna be fine. So he's got the Huvnitsa taking on the stables, he's got Hussar wagons here. Good in control as well. Yeah. He was just getting the Huvnitsa closer to the origin point of the pikemen. And then up in the north, the castle's staying up. The Huvnitsa are coming over. Taking on the skirmishers. If he can take on the elite cannon galleon, that's going to be so much better as well. And he's eventually going to end up cleaning up the stables over here. So there's no more pressure coming out from Dark from the north, or at the very least there shouldn't be too much more pressure coming up from him from the north, given that the stables over here are ranged by the castle. And then down south, ACCM's done a really good job taking care of this push from Dark as well. So now he's finally stabilizing, and he's getting closer and closer. He's inching closer and closer to 200 population. So ACCM's looking strong. Dark, not so much. And if this game goes in favor of ACCM, we're gonna have a 3-0 series to begin the day with. Here we go. And the Hoovnits are starting to march forward. Yeah, it could potentially go after the Cannon Galleon. It doesn't seem like Dark's paying attention to these units too much. Well, it's taking a lot of damage though. Ah, that is not good. Fortunately for him, there is no splash, you know, there's no blast damage over here. Splash damage, blast radius from the Cannon Galleon. Otherwise, these Hoovnitsa will get completely cleaned up. Just paying attention on the left, where Dark's trying to spam Skirrans and Light Cavalry again. And ACCM keeps on making a play for Halberdier and Hasawagons. This has been really annoying from Dark. But as long as ACCM pays attention, he should be able to target the units. Yeah, over here, right? This is going down, I think. Close. Dark realized. Yeah, more and more Hassa wagons are coming out for ACCM. You know, the red player, they seem to just try to stick to Hassa wagons over here. It seems like ACCM just wants to win with Hassa wagons. He's not going to go for much of anything else. He's got some extra Halberdier coming out now as well, though. But yeah, for the longest time, he's just been trying to make the Hassa play work. Hassa wagons are fun. They are. They're also going to be perhaps quite good when defending the Hoovnits over here, given that they're going to soak some of the damage, I guess. In certain situations. It's fun to see Vikings with 2 cavalry armor upgrades, but nothing for infantry. Yeah. He couldn't go for much of anything at this point, right? Berserks are simply out of the question. No goal income for him. He's going for Cannon Galleon though. Still. This kind of seems to me like it's going to be another kind of anticlimactic GG being called from Dark. Although, to be fair, he's got a lot of units queued up. He's got 46 units queued up currently between the skirmishers and the light cavalry. Meanwhile, ACCM is 180 population or so, and he's producing units. He's got some units queued up, but he's producing from only 6 buildings, so it's not really the best. His production potential is not anywhere near as high as it should be. Given the economy he's got right now, he should be producing a lot more heavily. So he's got right now 8 barracks producing, which I like a lot better. Getting to 200 population once again, but yeah. He's gotta be mindful as Dark's gonna keep on spamming more and more units. The unit composition needs to be good for ACCM to defend against this, and it is right now. It's just going to require some good unit control because the Hoovnitsa over here obviously need to be protected by the Halberdier. So if he can take on the skirmishers with the Hoovnitsa and take on the light cavalry with the Halberdier, he's gonna be fine. But it's pretty difficult to pay attention to everything. Also when he's pushing at the same time up in the north. There's nothing over here for Dark to defend himself though. Let's bring light cavalry. Yeah, well that's not gonna be enough. Okay, now these light cavalry might actually be a little bit better. It's got a bunch. Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. Still though, Dark ends up losing a lot of population to the push. He's going down to 153 pop versus ACCM, who's kind of stuck at 200 pop. Locked at 200 pop. And a bunch of Hoofneeds are left over here. Once again though, unit control. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I could potentially raid with Halberdier. At this stage, honestly, you can go for Halberdier only and he would still be in a pretty good spot. There's nothing Dark would be able to do against that. He doesn't have the gold to go for Berserks. And he only gets Pikeman himself. Plus the skirmishers over here are not going to be strong enough against like 40 Halberdier or whatever. Nice defense with villagers. Cannon Galleon still. Dark. Dark's just being incredibly obnoxious over here with a Cannon Galleon, but he's actually unable to achieve too much. It's just forcing ACCM back for a little bit. Yeah, anyway, ACCM still just doing fine. He's got another Hustle Wagon over here, still putting pressure. And Dark's still crumbling, though. 140 population very soon. There we go. Yeah, GG's call over here. The Ryan's been on the wall for a while. ACCM 3. Dark Neil. We'll take a look at what we get for game number 4, but this is looking really good for the Vietnamese player. There are 4 games left potentially in the series. And Dark's got to win them all. He's got to get a full reverse sweep against ACCM, while ACCM's got to win one tiny game against Dark. Good KD for ACCM in the end, makes sense, and he kind of needed to get a decent KD given how much pricier the units were for him compared to Dark. Stronger economy, higher villager count towards the end of the game, and of course it was looking just so much better for ACCM. It was going to be a matter of time before he eventually defeated Dark if Dark didn't call it GG, right? So it was to be expected. Let's see what we get for the next one. And thankfully it already boiled, so... yeah, my tea is gonna be ready very soon. However, I'm not gonna be able to have any of it for the next 3.5 hours anyway. Alright, so from the get-go, let's switch Dark over to the blue color once again. He's got 2 archer ranges coming up. This is something that humans can get away with. This is something that humans can do because of the discount that they get on these buildings. If we take a look at ACCM up in the north, he's got only 1 archer range himself. And no extra buildings coming up besides just some extra houses over here to finish the wall. So it's going to be pretty uneventful for the time being. It's going to take a minute or 2 before the units from Dark get forward. Meanwhile, ACCM's bringing the Spearman in. What is he doing with the Scout? He's got the Scout over here as well. Okay, so he's bringing a Spearman. Was probably expecting scouts potentially. I'm not really sure, but now he knows about the archer range. He knows about one of the archer ranges, and he's going to spot the archer with the Eagle Scout, but he's not going after it, so he was not paying attention to the Eagle Scout. And he's got his own archers coming out, mind you, and with Mayans, that's going to come at a 10% discount. So even though he pays full price for the archer range, the actual units are going to come in cheaper. This actually calls for a defensive tower. ACCM on only 1 archer range will be able to defend himself effectively, and now that he knows about the second archer range, that should prompt him to go for a tower around here so that he can defend himself. Both the foragers and the gold miners. Let's see. Here come the archers. ACCM's got good defense for the time being, despite being still on only 1 archer range. He's got the second one coming up. Still though, Dark seems to be a little bit better over here. He's taking a better engagement. Takes 2 of these archers down. Scout goes down for Dark though, so he could potentially end up losing. Or we could see this Eagle Scout draw some fire from the archers, and then potentially ACCM will be able to defend himself. We'll see. There's a skirmisher over there. And here comes ACCM, and Dark's unit control is really good. Second TC on the way for Dark as well, yes. So you should be able to start pulling ahead in villager count very soon. But I think the second TC is coming up as kind of a contingency plan over here after the double archer range archer push failed to do any damage. And the skirmishers are coming out right now for ACCM, which means the Dark's unlikely to do anything. So he's going for the second TC, but this is something that is not going to be quite as good as if he had gone for the second TC right away. And the ACCM's got to be on his way to the castle age very soon. So Dark won't really have too much time to pull ahead in villager count. And once ACCM gets to the castle age, well, there are a few things he can go for. Could potentially try to go for Eagle Warriors and put pressure against Dark. Could potentially try to go for the extra TCs himself. He's not collecting any stone currently. He's not making a switch to stone either, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be thinking of a castle. So it's just going to be probably Eagles. I don't think he failed. He got a lot of army value from ACCM and allowed himself to boom. Kind of. He only got the second TC now, so his economy was on scratch, but then at the same time ACCM's economy was on scratch as well. So he killed units from ACCM for sure, but he also lost a bunch of units himself. 10 units up until this point. He's got 5 extra units, so he ended up paying for more units than ACCM. Villager lead that he's going to get by the time ACCM gets to the castle, it shouldn't be too high. And fighting against Mayans, you probably want to build a stronger lead for yourself, given how good Mayans are, even on a smaller amount of villagers. Plus in the castle age, ACCM's discount for archers is going to go up to 20%. He's got the third archer range, so it's just going to be full archers, no eagles. Full archers and potentially siege, maybe? Could be. Or it's getting close to having enough to go up to the castle age himself. There we go. Crossbowman, Bakin arrow. On the way. Wow, second TC coming up now for ACCM as well. Well, you know, archers are not going to be the type of unit that are going to prevent you from going from village, from going for villages. So it's still cool. Triple archer range production now is going very heavily into archers. And with the second TC, he'll be able to keep up on villager production. So that means that the villager lead that we have for Dark is going to remain consistent as long as both players can keep on producing from both. Although Dark going up to the castle age also means that ACCM will be able to catch up by about 6 villagers. So right now he's behind by 17. So that's going to leave Dark on a 11 villager lead. Okay, never mind. Wheelbarrow's coming up and he went for a university, ACCM. Only now managed to get the second TC up, so won't be able to catch up by quite as many vills, but still. It's going forward, still has crossbows queued up. Ballistics is coming in right now as well, and Dark. Dark's gonna be in a world of pain against ballistics. He'll struggle quite a bit. Definitely would like for him to send the villager forward and go for a siege workshop and try to keep on putting pressure over here. He's not playing Saracen, so crosses alone are not going to cut it. Yeah, exactly. It's about the time, but he needs to put pressure and he's sending crosses up in the north. Okay. He doesn't seem to be paying attention to the units too much, probably just paying attention to the units down south. So he's not realized about these villages in the middle of nowhere, which are certainly waiting to go for a 30C. He might still be able to deny this though. He's got 3 more crosses coming up. Or maybe he did realize about the villages. He was just waiting for the extra units to arrive, as opposed to just try to target with just 1 crossbow. But yeah, 1 villager goes down over there for Dark. We'll see more villages going down over here with ballistics. It's not going to be too much of a challenge for the crossbows to take the villagers down. So there we go. Plus extra crossbows coming around as Dark was collecting stone quite heavily in hopes to go for a castle. He's not going to collect enough to go for it. And there we are. A lot of villagers going down crossbows. And he might not have what he needs to take on the buildings. He might not have what he needs to take on the tower, to take on the TC. But he's managed to get a bunch of villagers down. Now the villager count for Dark is still higher compared to ACCM. But it's only higher by 8 villagers. And ACCM has already managed to get the 3rd TC. Yeah, meanwhile Dark's going for a university right now to try and upgrade the crossbows. ACCM is looking much better in my opinion. He's going to naturally catch up in villager count because of the extra TC. So yeah. Beautiful. There we go. Pretty good unit control for ACCM. In the end, he ends up getting a much better trade over here, given the fact that Dark was on a higher amount of crossbows. Oh, and he's coming in though. How did he? I think he might have just walked in. It was open down south over here. Actually, I think it might be open here too. Isn't it? Yeah, I think it's open over there. I think it just... Yeah, exactly. Go over here. Oh boy. Dark is falling apart. 30C's coming up now, but he's already fallen behind in villager count, which you cannot really afford as humans, especially against Mayans. You cannot really be fighting against Mayans when Mayans have a stronger economy over here, so ACCM is just looking so strong. With extra crossbows coming out by the minute as well, he's going to have a very strong army pushing in a moment, and it's looking like GG. Good luck next. We're gonna be jumping into the second set pretty soon by the looks of it, and this was just 1 hour and 35 minutes. Well, so far, probably going to be 1 hour and 40 minutes by the time Dark eventually calls it GG, but yeah, significantly shorter compared to the first set of the previous weekend. Nice pick over there. Yeah, and the knight's not going to do anything. A few crossbows go down over there to the TC, to the tower. Still though, most crossbows make it into Dark's economy. So I'm kind of wondering if ACCM will want to dive in and risk losing a bunch of these crossbows in order to get to the back of Dark's economy. There's a lot of villages over there to collect. Yeah, otherwise it's probably just going to get cleaned up. On the right hand side, there's a 4TC coming out for Dark. There is already a 4TC for ACCM. And Dark's still behind by quite a bit on both regards, villager and military. So this weekend, the sets get better and better instead of the first being by far the best, right? I wonder what the viewership is right now. I can't imagine it being too good, given that I don't think this is necessarily too close. Gonna have to take a look at that once again in about 2 or 3 hours, I guess. What would you consider prime time for Europe? Yeah, there's more people watching right now than there were before. So that's good. For quality viewers, not quantity. Of course. Prime time Sunday, the whole day? Nice. Castle on the way for ACCM. Meanwhile, Dark, he's got the 50C coming up now, and this is not really something you're expecting to do, having to play catch up in economy as humans. So yeah, ACCM keeps on moving forward. From both sides, he's got crosses down south and he's got crosses up north. Just trying to find something that's exposed from Dark, and Dark's got some defenses up in the north, and I'm not really sure he's got anything down south. So he's gonna have to make a choice. Where does he defend against ACCM's push? Plus, the red player's got almost enough resources to click up to the Imperial Age, so once he's there, he'll be able to go for trebuchets, take the towers down, the TC's down, stripe Dark away from any defenses. And Dark, he's got technically enough resources to go for a castle himself, but obviously without having the resource to go to the Imperial Age, won't be getting access to trebuchets anytime soon, and that means that ACCM should still be in a much better position. 17:42 Central European time right now. So I'll probably say in about 2 to 3 hours. Actually 3 to 4 hours, I would say. Here we are. Defensive castle coming up for Dark. But ACCM 2 minutes and 15 seconds away from the Imperial Age. I think he'll be there before Dark is even able to click up himself. I'm not really sure if Dark's ever going to be able to click up actually in this game. Because if he tries to amass the resources to go up, he'll risk falling behind in defenses. As once ACCM gets to the Imperial Age, it starts going for arbalesters and trebuchets. Well, whatever Dark's got to play with in the castle age over here, unless he's got a very strong amount of units, he won't be able to defend with, so... Yeah, it's gonna have to make a choice. Safe to go out to the Imperial Age and get completely pushed away. Whilst he waits. Oh my god, whilst he waits. Or potentially just go for whatever he can go for over here and try to defend himself, probably knights. But yeah, even then that shouldn't be too strong, given that the ACCM is going to have arbalesters already. This is really good for Dark though, he's been getting pretty decent trades here. Yeah. These crosses have taken 20 crosses already, which is remarkable. Yeah. Freaking English, man. While he waits. There we go, Imperial Age is over here, and Dark... I don't understand it if he called it GG, but right now, this is match point. So, he's gonna keep on trying. It's just not looking too good. Does he know about the castle that's already up from ACCM? Yeah. So, he should be expecting the trebuchet, and the trebuchet is indeed on the way from ACCM. Meanwhile, the castle is on the way for Dark over here, but that's not good, right? You're gonna see a second trebuchet come out very soon after the first one, and that castle's probably going to crumble very soon. Obviously, Dark's not gonna be able to take the trebuchets down with crossbows himself. The castle's gonna be protecting the trebs. Plus, now we have arbalesters from ACCM, which are going to protect the trebuchets as well, so... yeah. No pressure over here from Dark anymore, and ACCM's going for the counter push. He's got arbalesters. Moving on in the north. Arbalesters down the south. The trebuchet is already out. He's got the second trebuchet on the way, plus Eagle Warrior upgrade, so... there's a possibility of him going for Elite Eagle Warrior, potentially El Dorado very soon. And it will make sense. He's got scale mail armor, so he's definitely thinking of the transition. He's not queued up too many units just yet, but he can definitely go for it. He's got the economy for it. He's just getting the upgrades first. Given that he already has arbalesters out in the open, he doesn't really need to rush the actual unit production. He's already doing good damage. Don't think Eagles are needed. Eagles would be the final nail in the coffin. He'll be able to raid much more effectively, but they are not needed, that is true. With the trebuchets, he can just stripe Dark of any defenses he's got, including any fortifications and even the TCs. So yeah, it's not something that's necessary. Dark's gonna start to make a play for cavalry units, but he doesn't really have the economy to go for too many, so even against cavalry, the arbalesters are going to be fine. And take a look at the massacre here, though! How many villages are going down to these Arbalisters? Well, GG. Good luck in the main event, Dark says. ACCM moves on to qualify for the main event to take place in about 2 months or so. This is going to hopefully give him enough time to get his visa sorted. But you know what? Let's just cross the victory over here. Let's just mark the victory over here and go back right away. No achievements, because there is probably going to be an interview if it works the same way that it worked last Sunday. Let's see. I'm just going to join the channel. Hey, there we go. I'm just waiting. I'm there. Nacho is there. ACCM is there. Okay, yeah. Neely's coming. Neely's coming. So, the interview is going to be here. Nil interview time. Yes.
ACCM, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Congratulations. Arguably the biggest win of your Age of Empires career. What a crazy set and how dominant you were. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm furious. I'm super happy to be able to be in the biggest event in the years. So happy.
Yeah, really nice, and we are happy that you are there. Last week you had a crazy set 4-3 against Nikov there. How did you recover from that?
I think I learned from my loss. I think it's easy to learn to win, right? And it's really hard to learn from when you are losing. But I find a way to learn from the loss versus Nikov. He playing incredible, and I just improve from there.
Nice. So I assume you practiced a lot going into this week. How did your preparation look like? How confident were you that you qualify in the second week?
Mm, I think in the first week, I always think about I I I will be in Germany. I'm so happy. I'm always thinking about Germany. I'm not thinking about my opponent. But
Okay.
from this week, I think about my opponent. I don't care about I can go to Germany or it can be distract me. So just full focus from the game and play.
Nice. Okay, then we went into Arabia at the opening, and you opened scouts. He opened scouts as well, and somehow you managed to get to a lot of crossbow and dominated the first game quite convincingly. How did you manage to get into such a good spot?
Yeah, I think it's depend. I got really good map. The go in the back rise and it's really easy to work. So I think I just make some scout to protect so I can work, and then I gonna check his by what he doing, and he react with the rank. So I think okay, I need so maybe I gonna damage him with the crossbow timing, and then bombing a bit and transition into the CI later, and it's successful.
Yeah, and it worked out beautifully. Then you went to Kabasan, and you had a bit of different approach than he did. He went for the 3 TC play, you went for the 1 TC play, tried to retake water. Like, what was your reasoning behind that?
I think it's in the map Kawasan is really the mid door really important. If you lose control of the mid door, you're gonna lose the game. I think so. I think I need to um I think one TC okay because I got 2 dogs, so I can make fishing shift from there and keep the control of the mid door. and didn't let him to take backs. That's the key to win the game.
Nice, and that worked out nicely. And then the arguably best game was on Scholz. His Vikings against your Bohemians. Is your game plan completely try to get to Nietzsche, and how do you secure yourself to get to them?
Yeah, I think the qualifier is ongoing, so I will not say too much about this chat. And after the qualifier, I'm happy to share. Yeah.
So after the main event, you share?
No, after the qualifier today.
Ah,
And,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, and then we went into what was your home map actually, enclosed, but Dark still picked it. And you went for Mayans against his Cumans. How did you find such a good timing there with all your crossbows? What do you think he could have done to defend a bit better?
I think at the beginning I need to check what's he doing. And he's not going for second TC and two rank and pressure me. So I think I need to defend and get the prey fletching. And so the defensive armor for my archer and make another rank to keep. It's really good for my Yan because my resources last longer and he doesn't doing the second TC so and he cannot pressure me. Not killing my you kill me one villager, but it's fine. I think that approach is really good for Mayan because Mayan's really cheap archer and economy just better.
Yeah, it felt like you defended pretty well. Then the archers did lots of damage. And now you're going into the main event. What are your goals there? What place do you want to finish at?
I'm not setting anything yet, but I'm really happy because it's my dream where we're a kid, right? And it's 20 years already. I played this game when I were from 13, and now I'm always dreaming like I want to play versus best player in the world, and now the dream come true. I'm really happy.
Nice. What are you most looking forward to?
Looking forward to miss on the friend. I think
Nice.
a lot of friend.
Yeah, that's so true. Like lots of people that you know from the internet. And now we're opening for questions from others. I see that Nova's typing. His question is, I wonder if there's anyone from the remaining 3 sets ACM would like to see qualifying.
I want to see who win, right? To see who won, who qualify, right?
Who would you be happy if they qualify?
Sisto and Slam is really tough because they're both my friend. I cannot. I want both to
Okay.
qualify, I think. And Sebastian Jordan, I prefer Jordan because he's my friend. And so Valas and Kingston, I don't know them and didn't talk to them a lot, so I don't know.
Okay. ACM, congratulations again. There were doubtcasts in every single game.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nili. Everyone.
Okay, thank you so much. And have a good one, ACM. Really well played. Happy to meet you in Heidelberg.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Congrats,
See you again,
ACCM.
everyone.
Take care. Bye bye.